Hello, Rise and Thrivers. Welcome to April 22nd. It is Earth Day today here in the United States. And as you can see, I have a very special guest with me today. No, if you think Raquel has gone blonde and has changed her gender, she has not. It is Hal Eisenberg from the Eisenberg Leadership Academy. We are so excited to have him here at Rise and Thrive together tonight as my guest co-host, and excited to also share that it is his fourth time in less than 1 year. All right, it's our 51st episode. And so I said to him, one more time, if you watch Saturday Night Live, you usually get that jacket. We'll rise and thrive together. We'll put together a hat. And Hal Eisenberg, I think, will be the first person to get that unless somebody wants to come along. So welcome, Hal. Welcome from Mexico. We are international today.
I am so happy to be here, Regina. Thank you so much. I apologize to everybody in advance because I'm literally as close to the Wi-Fi router that I can be. I was like determined to be on this show. I got to be number 50 and number 51. When Raquel said that she couldn't be here this week, I was like, yes, put me in, coach, put me in. And I'm super.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm super stoked. I mean, Raquel's awesome. These are big shoes to fill. So I guess I just hope that I could hold up the fort for the week.
Well, as you know, that we are not about competition. This is about rising and thriving together. And you have been such an incredible support to us and to everything that you do. So you deserve these shoes to just be in. So before we go anywhere else, Rise and Thrive Together is a vibrant, committed community out to educate and empower and equip you to get the results that you want through real talk, real actions, and real results. And you can find us on so many social media platforms, on YouTube and Facebook at Rise and Thrive Together. We have an Instagram account, Rise and Thrive Together. Not difficult. We have a private community called Rise and Thrive Together Community. And also on my personal page, Regina Rossi-Lamothe on Facebook, Raquel, and you'll get on Raquel's personal account. And then let's not forget, of course, the reason why we're here, Laws of Life with Blanca. She's got a Roku channel where we are streaming live on, the next, right, as soon as we're done, streaming live there and with 50,000 subscribers. So I'm super excited. We've got Colleen in saying, go for that jacket, Hal. We've got Joanna.
Absolutely.
Hello. So thank you for our continuing amazing, supporters. But we've got such a huge time tonight. Is there anything, Hal, before we talk about who our guest is, what do you want to say to the community since you're here for the 51st show?
I think I want to throw in there really quick. And Regina, I'm going to catch you off guard for a second, but you're a pro, so I know you're going to roll with this. Last week, we discussed the fact that there's a contest coming up for the Rise and Thrive community, a pay it forward contest where they have to post. You can go through the rules of the contest, but Regina, here's how I'm going to catch you off guard. You can tell the audience all about the contest, and they get 15 minutes on your show as the prize, but I'm going to double that. And I'm going to also give the winner a spot on my podcast as well.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys, this is super exciting. Oh my God. I'm like, woohoo, Raquel, listen to this. Check it out. Ready? So May challenge is going to be random acts of kindness. All right, we will be throwing out the QR code and we'll be throwing out how to register. But if you want to register and get more information, just write info@riseandthrivetogether.com. But everything will be coming out this week. And what that looks like is in May, you will join the private Rise and Thrive Together community, free on Facebook. And then every day you'll post your random act of kindness and how did it make you feel every single day. Now, if you miss a day, you don't get to be part of spinning the wheel of the grand prize. And we're going to ask you just to jump back in the next day and continue, because it's not about the prize. But to sweeten the pot a little bit, we've got a prize of 15 minutes to be on Rise and Thrive Together, which is a paid guest spot. And Hal Eisenberg gets to throw in his podcast for free. 2 things to do. That is awesome. Hey, Sharon. So more information to come. But let's stop this because I'm psyched. We have very little time left, and I want to get my guest on.
Yes.
Alex, drum roll. Let's talk about our guests. Go for it.
All right, I got our bio here. I'm going to read it, so bear with me. Hopefully the Wi-Fi will hold up. But we have the amazing Jeanette Deatherage here. She joined the Air Force after a semester in college. She met her husband at technical school, and they married 2 months later. Love at first sight. That's a whole conversation. But the next conversation is they've been married for 41 years, which is really, really awesome. When Jeanette was in the Air Force, she worked with mostly men. Jeanette was introduced to Mary Kay Cosmetics and realized she wanted to start her own business as a Mary Kay Cosmetics consultant working with women. She's celebrating her 39th anniversary in Mary Kay. And Jeanette, we are so happy to have you. And listen, I'm just going to jump in right away and say that from the deepest part of my heart, I have a long list of family members who have served. So I want to thank you for serving our country. I don't take it lightly. So thank you for all you've done and that all you continue to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Jeanette, use your voice today and speak louder. Welcome to Rise and Thrive Together. We are so excited. This continuing in the month of April, we are talking about appreciating our differences and paying it forward. So Jeanette, right off the bat, we are talking 40 years ago, you joined the Air Force, when most conversations, even till this day, are mostly people, I am going to assert that most people join the services and they're men. So can you take us through what had you join the Air Force? What was that about? Back in a time where that was, I would say, not exactly the most social norm thing to do. And let's talk about appreciating differences during that time and what you would want to say about that now.
Okay. Well, first thing that happened, I was 4 years old when I saw my brother come home from Vietnam in his full dress uniform, and I fell in love with the uniform at 4 years old. And then it just kind of stuck with me, but that's it. However, when I was in science class with a girl, she says, I'm going to talk to the Air Force recruiter tomorrow. And it's like, well, I'll go with you. I went and she didn't even show up. So I thought, okay, I'm going to keep on going with this. I wanted to see the world because I was born in Wisconsin on a farm. We didn't take vacation. You didn't get vacation because you had to milk those cows twice a day. So I thought I could join the Air Force and see the world. And I got to see Texas and Mississippi. But it gets better than that. But that's how I got started.
Wow. So you were your brother. Wow. Again, thank you. Right. Vietnam. That's a whole other conversation, but powerful. And then how old were you when the woman was going to come in who never showed up from the Air Force?
I was a senior in high school when that happened.
Senior in high school, and you stayed with it and went to it. So what was it like, when we're talking about appreciating differences, what was it like, 40 years ago when you're leaving, and going into the Air Force, as a woman?
Well, you're with all women in a big bay, like a big dormitory. And, that's where you see the pictures like Gomer Pyle, where you had to have the blankets all set right and everything. So there was a lot of women coming from all places. It just was probably less than the man side, because you're right. Usually, military services can be a man. But, I wore combat boots, steel-toed boots, camouflage uniform. And I kept thinking, this is not me. but I stayed with it. Actually, I did 3 years active and 7 reserve.
Wow. 3 years active and 7 reserve. Hal, anything you want to throw at Jeanette about that and appreciating difference and paying it forward?
Yeah, I think there's so much to dive into that. My first thought is, did you feel in that moment, looking back, you might feel differently, but in that moment, did you feel like you were breaking the glass ceiling, that you were paving the way for other women? Because it was a much different world 40 years ago than it is today.
It really was. And I don't really feel like at that time, I don't think I did. It just something that, like I said, I was a senior in high school. It sounded like something I wanted to do. The recruiter was really, really good. And they recruit you to come in, I was good in math. So unfortunately, they put me in an electronics job, was really, I could barely plug a toaster in, and they want me to work in electronics. It was all this mechanical stuff that helped land airplanes. And I thought, this is not me. So I did change jobs quite often to try to find that key fit. And the next job I had was public affairs, which I absolutely adored. It was my fit for a year and a half until the wait a minute, we paid you to get trained in electronics. We're going to send you to the Philippines. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, if you remember my bio, I met my husband. We got married in 2 months in technical school. So here I was. We were both in Oklahoma now, and they were going to send me to the Philippines and, without my husband. And I thought, this is not going to work. And that's when I left the active duty Air Force and I joined the reserves, where I would give like 1 to 2 days a month and then 2 weeks a year.
I know how I've got this thought, right? Because we know each other well. Here you are saying you scored high in math and they're giving you this whole technical thing. And you said you couldn't even plug in a toaster. But there is this serendipitous, the universe has some other, amazing opportunity for you, which is you got to meet the love of your life, 41 years married. So Jeanette is somebody who kind of sticks to what's happening, even when she's like not very thrilled about what's happening. She didn't quit, right? Go ahead, Al.
And not only 41 years married, but I have worked with a lot of young teenagers going into the service who are in relationships. And I would say 99.9% of the time, the relationships fall apart because of the distance and the strain. So you got through, because going through the military, through moving around is no easy feat. Plus, there was a lot of instability. That was the word I was looking for. Instability in the world. So there's a lot of not being sure of tomorrow, and so 41 years. Congratulations. That's super powerful.
Thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
then when she knew what she wanted and everything, she was like, okay, I'm not hitting the Philippines. I'm going to go to, what do they call it? Active, what do they call
reserve. I was in reserve status.
In the reserve status, so she can stick around and be able to not go to the Philippines and be able to start creating this relationship that just blossomed so quickly. Yes. Hello, Sharon, and hello, Joanna, and hi, Blanca, and my friend Victor. What's up, Victor Ferguson? And Sandy Gonzalez, a dear friend of ours. So good to say hi to everybody. Yeah, this is so amazing. So here we are. You're in the reserves, you're married, and where did Mary Kay kind of get in there? So was it somewhere when you were in active duty or in the reserves that Mary Kay came into your life, and then you were like, hey, I want to create a business around this?
Yes. Well, I had my first facial when I was 16, and I loved the product, and then it just kind of went away. I never really learned how to wear makeup. And when I was in the military, I wasn't wearing a stitch of makeup. And I really was not feeling what I wanted to feel like in the military, since it was almost all men, 21 men to every one woman. So I thought of Mary Kay again. I had a party. She showed me how to wear my makeup. I thought, oh, this is going to be really neat. I'm real excited about it. And I actually told a friend of mine that she saw me in uniform all the time. And I said, I was going to join Mary Kay. And she just smiled. But she told me later what she was thinking about. She's like, you don't barely comb your hair. You don't wear any makeup. How can you sell Mary Kay? But that was the whole point. They teach you how to wear the makeup. You learn how. And from there, it makes me feel good when I put my makeup on. A lot of people, you put that lipstick on and you're like a whole different person. And that's where it came from. And that's really what help me get started. So I was doing Mary Kay just really super part-time and still had the military. And then my husband was gone quite a bit. He was an enlisted flyer, so he would be gone for a month at a time. So I had my Mary Kay sisters really, hold on to me and help me get those times when he was gone and I was by myself.
That just so hits me because we're talking about community, right? And the importance of community. And it was thanks to that impact, guys. One person made a difference in her life at 16, and that didn't go away. Like maybe like there was, okay, I'm 16, but it made such a difference that when it came back again, it was just like jumping back on a bike, right? Jumping back on a bike. And then it was like grabbing onto a community that was there for you. I want to just shout out to everybody like Sharon who loves her Mary Kay. I was sharing with Jeanette that put on your lipstick. I'm not wearing anything. Most people know I wear a lot of makeup, right? A lot of makeup on the show. This is it. Lipstick and a little bit of Mary Kay foundation. I think I'm looking mighty good tonight. I don't know about you all. You can just hashtag yes. That's all I want to hear. But for me, I will say yes.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, no, you look great, Regina, as always, whether you have Mary Kay makeup or not. I see Sharon said that she loves Mary Kay. Jeanette, I'm just thinking, I think a lot of people, and I might be making an assumption here, but, I think a lot of people get this opinion about sales, right? It's like, oh no, it was another salesperson, blah, blah, blah. But our theme is celebrating differences and paying it forward this month. I know that the best salespeople, the most genuine salespeople, there's a special relationship that they have when they think about paying it forward, and building that community. And I just want to know if I'm on the right track. Do you feel the same as you're building your community, or as you built your community for the last 39 years?
Well, absolutely. And I have consultants in different parts of the country, and the same thing with clients. I think that, what's this last move, with 13 moves, what I decided to do is just to give more away. I've given hundreds and hundreds of samples. And when my husband goes to the doctor, I always give him a Mary Kay bag, and he's giving the receptionist some free product. And I do this. We did that for 3 years because we were very isolated. My husband's health did not allow us to go out. So every time we both went to the doctor a lot, and we always had our little Mary Kay bag full of product. And everyone just loved it. And that's what I wanted to do to pay it forward. Just make someone feel good. Maybe they couldn't afford to pay for it, but I gave them a free lipstick or maybe a free lotion. And they're like, wow, this is really nice. Thank you so much. And that was worth it. Just having that thank you makes all the difference.
And I will attest that Jeanette is a pay it forward person. Jeanette and I met online, guys, right? Through Laws of Life, weekly on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, virtual summit, like we like to call it. It's a gathering of incredible people that are out to pay it forward and support one another and rise and thrive together, right? And we also met in person because she's in Coral Springs and I'm out here in Lake Worth in the West Palm Beach area. And every time we'd meet at these in-person gatherings, Jeanette would have a bag to hand somebody. And then she surprised me with a bag. And then Colleen, who's on the show, who just made this beautiful, beautiful post, guys, that, I want to show everybody, is that she's saying that she started using Mary Kay at 16. And it's why she has the most awesome skin at 55. And Colleen jumped into our March amazing giveaway. We had 3 things, Hal's book, Mary Kay products, which now I can officially say was from this gorgeous woman, Jeanette, right?
Nice.
Jeanette's the one. We first just gave it out to Mary Kay, but now it's Jeanette. And Colleen sent me a beautiful picture. When people go and say, hey, what am I going to win? Colleen was blown away. I had her write to Jeanette right away, and I shared it with Raquel and Hal. It was not a little box, guys, a big box with 3 full gorgeous products in it. And so we thank you, Jeanette. That's the paying of. She was like, I'm in. Sure, yeah. I'm done.
Absolutely.
That's the way it is. And it just made Colleen's day. Colleen, if you want to say something about it, you can. But like, she wrote me the most beautiful message to say, like, I woke up this morning and I was feeling a certain way, and then I got my gift. And again, most people like bigger samples, but she got 3 huge, big, full products in a gorgeous box. So Jeanette, on behalf of Rise and Thrive and everybody else, just thank you. That to me, most people are like, that was like, a really generous gift. And you made somebody, that we care about, somebody's day. So thank you for that.
You're quite welcome. And that's exactly why I do it, because it does make someone's day. And if you have impact in someone's life, what better is that, So it's been fun.
That's what it's
nice.
It's what it's all about. Random acts of kindness, joy. It doesn't matter what you do, what field you're in, what job you have. There's always somebody that you can make a difference for, right? It's just like you were sharing in the beginning. Your brother coming home in uniform made a difference for you, made an impression on you. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, it's being paid forward to another family member as well. Is that correct? Did I catch that before correctly? Is somebody else in your family in the service, or did I miss that?
Well, it's my husband that's in the service, and that's how I met him. We were in tech school together. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard somebody else. I apologize.
No worries.
Bad host.
Stop, Hal. We don't have that here at all. There's no bad host.
All positive. Yes.
All positive. Well, we got some more time, and we're just getting lots of people saying, hey, everybody's looking beautiful. And hey, to our friend Kathleen, thanks for coming on, Kathleen. And Sharon saying 100% Hal. So Jeanette, share a little bit more. What do you want to share with our audience? This is your time to rise and thrive. Share about you, anything that you want to share about your audience, something that maybe nobody knows about you. We don't even know yet.
Well, you already know about this part. I'm going to share this with everyone, because people either can give good vibes, or if they're praying people, they're going to pray. My husband discovered 6 years ago that he had stage 4 prostate cancer. And that really threw us for a loop. We had no idea what it meant. And we started doing things quicker because we didn't know he'd be with us. And here he's with us 6 years later. And you have met him several times. And there's no way, it doesn't look like he has cancer. And so much of it's in his head, his positive attitude. And he has shown me that no matter what, if you get up in the morning and thank God that you're alive, that's going to be a great day. This is the day the Lord has made. And we're excited. And he's excited. And he had gray hair for a while, and the gray is gone because of his great attitude. So I try to live the way he lives, and it just makes it so much better. Instead of, taking, we just give. And whenever you give, it does come back. And it's just an amazing feeling. And that's what I got from Mary Kay Ash also. I met her in person, and she was such a lovely person. She retired from sales before she started her own company. So she was already retired and started her company with $5,000. So if you have a dream, and I guess that's really what I want to say, if you have a dream, don't give up on it. Follow it, because you never know where you're going to end up. And that's just a really important thing. Like I said, I learned from both my husband and from my Mary Kay business, my Mary Kay sisters.
Hal, I want you to just take that, because you didn't know, and I didn't know what Jeanette was going to share. And Jeanette, this is even deeper than you think, right? Like, a positive attitude of gratitude can change everything. Mm-hmm. But Hal, do you have anything you want to say that you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. Jeanette, I mean, honestly, the reason I'm here in Mexico right now is for alternative cancer treatments for myself. And one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that it's all about mindset. It's all about loving yourself. And we were talking about this on the show last week. And it's just really the power of the mind and the power of your soul can get rid of any disease in your body. To me, disease is blocked energy, and blocked energy is just not being aware of your power, your inner light of who you are, or the life and the story that you create for yourself. You can create anything you want. So it sounds like your husband's doing that, and that the family and the love is supporting him. And I have the same love and support of my community, so I'm declaring that the cancer in my body is gone as well. And that's what I came to Mexico to do. And I feel very, very blessed. So we have a lot in common. So that it's all about love. And this is going to sound like a weird connection, right? But as I was driving from one of my alternative treatments through these small towns today, we stopped for breakfast at in this little town, in this little place, where most people at first glance would see like poverty, right? And there was a 95-year-old man that was just walking in the street and, looking for food. Now, I could be all about, oh, woe is me, and I'm just not caring about paying it forward or thinking about spreading love, but the guy came to the table and he was looking for food, so we invited him to sit down with us and have breakfast with us, and it was just the most lovely thing. And we paid for it, obviously, and it was just great. And I just thought, what, this is why the cancer is gone. It's like, because when you start loving and spreading love to one another and building the community, it's just amazing what you can create. So God bless your husband and you and your family, and for bringing that story to our community here at Rise and Thrive. And yeah, let's all pay it forward, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We've got so many beautiful things. Joanna says, yes, mindset and mindfulness lead to healing. Sandy Gonzalez, my favorite, which I've always taken on, disease is the mind is dis-ease, right? And so there it is on that one. It is absolutely beautiful. Kathleen is writing, that's awesome, Hal. Congratulations. Sharon is giving you hearts. Sharon says, I'm in tears. That's so beautiful, Hal. And this is why Jeanette's on. And again, my bigger thing that I take away from this is Jeanette, I gave her a question, guys. What does she want to share that she doesn't know, that I don't know? And she chose to share something I did know. But what Jeanette didn't know is what I don't choose to share about Hal. Hal chooses to share that about Hal. And so here she is sharing about her husband and where he's at today, where they said, and it could have been like he wouldn't be here. And he's attitude, gratitude of faith, no more gray hair, while Hal is in Mexico getting his alternative treatments and welcoming people who are struggling with their food and everyday nourishment, and they welcome that person in and have this attitude of gratitude and paying it forward. There's so much deliciousness, so much deliciousness in all of this. I can sit here for hours with both of you. Blanca just said, hey, Hal, your story touched my heart and soul. Jeanette, we've got a minute left, so I want people to know, how can they go and get to know you and reach out to you? So share ways that people can reach out to you and want to maybe find out more about Mary Kay, get some of your free samples. She'll send them to you, or anything else.
So I believe, well, right there, it's got my website right below. www.marykay.com/Jeanette D. And I'd be happy to take care of you if you don't have a consultant. If you already have a consultant, please go back to that person. But I'd love to send free samples, and I'll help you have beautiful skin and just feel more confident about yourself. We say confidence in a jar.
Confidence in a jar. And like I think Joanna said earlier, you are shining so beautiful from the inside out, Jeanette. We've also got her Instagram on here. Yes, Blanca, Jeanette is a star. There's so much with regards to everything that you've shared and having, and Blanca's like, Jeanette is my consultant. So there you go. Plug in on that one. And Sandy Gonzalez has something super, 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 super funny. So I have to show this. Sorry, Krill, I'm taking over your job for a second. But Sandy's a really good friend of mine and Hal's. I hope Hal learned enough Spanish over the last 20 years with me and my family to communicate in Mexico. So, you know, we don't know. Oh, look at that. Hal's already frozen. So we don't know, Sandy. And Colleen's going to end it with us with, it's no coincidence that Hal and Jeanette were brought on tonight. Believe in the possibilities. Amen, Colleen, to that. Coincidence means coincide. So with that, my dear, dear friends, remember, together we can rise and thrive. Till next time.
Thank you so much.